Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Laszlo is totally fitting in around here in that I asked him to have prepared for this segment the second of the shirts from his closet, and he has forgotten. He doesn't have the shirt on him.
I absolutely do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. It's hidden. It's well hidden.
Now
from
I'm
me.
not fitting in because I'm doing my job.
Okay. Well, you have it somewhere on you. I just see two shirts discarded behind
now
you.
Now he's pointing to his crotch organ.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you think he lost it between when he got here and now?
Like a ticket? I was accusing him of something that I am capable of doing. There are a number of things worth talking about right now because I want a means assessment on what we're going to do. What happened?
Oh my God, we're watching Chinema right now. Absolute Chinema on General Hospital.
Stephen A.
Stephen A. Hitman just shot somebody in a hospital bed.
Brick's back?
With a silencer.
What do you want to talk about, Dan?
The show we're doing live?
Guarantee you that the show we're doing live is not as good as that one.
Yeah, I wish we did that one at Meadowlark. I wish that one was on air instead of in private. I wish that's what we were paying you guys for.
He shot a dude in a hospital bed and shot the nurse too. Oh my God. With a silencer. And then made the phone call.
How do you know he has a silencer? It's on mute.
Oh, wow. Because look at the gun. Look at the gun.
Wow, you can see the silencer. I stand corrected. In Stephen A's defense, the nurse pulled a gun on him first.
What you say?
Brick's defense. Yeah. So Zaslo's second shirt?
No, I was about to talk about Jamal Murray, but thank you for ever being helpful, Wild Willie Wednesday, to try and get me back.
I haven't derailed anything today.
No,
I've been your
You've divorced. You started by divorcing my parents, Billy.
I didn't.
That was
divorce
the
your
opening
parents.
bidding
Falsehoods.
you did.
No, that's not what I said.
what happened.
I said I said if you're caught in the middle of a lover's quarrel, and the lover's quarrel is your family and the Heat, then what do you do? Because the Heat will be responsible possibly for your parents' divorce.
This is the problem that I generally have. It's that I believe there is basketball worth talking about from last night that I'd like to talk about, and not just Giannis leaving, because I do want to assess the legacy of Jamal Murray, who is not somebody who often scores 40 points a game, except when you really need it in the playoffs. And out of nowhere, last night he's reminding Kawhi Leonard and James Harden of some things that I was caught off guard by, even though I've seen this person be this kind of good in the playoffs, but I get forgetful. And so I want to do some legacy talk on Jamal Murray, and I also want to get to Jeremy meeting Shakira. And Jeremy wants to talk about the rehearsal, but the problem I have is that Billy needed gas yesterday and didn't have his wallet.
No, that was this morning. That's why I was a little tardy for the party. As I left the house, I stopped at the gas station and I didn't have my wallet. So I had to head back home to go get that wallet and then go back to Westchester. Come on, what do you think, that these are like fancy gas pumps?
No, I've seen them with the Apple Pay stuff in Westchester.
No, I don't. No, Apple Pay, not for me. Apple Pay is fine when it has my things saved and I can order my McDonald's. I hit Apple Pay, whatever. When I have to go start and tap my, first of all, last thing I'm gonna tap with my phone is a dirty gas pump. Okay, You're more of an inserter.
Just
a dirty gas pump with my phone that then is gonna go and lay on my face. That's not gonna happen. And this whole tapping situation. I love technology. I love the advancements of technology. Zaz, I feel like you might be with me on some of this stuff. At a certain point, we've advanced far enough. Like, we're going too far on some of these things. When I just am close enough to something and it takes money out of my account and I didn't have to do anything other than my device was close enough to the device that steals the digital money for me.
Why do I look like someone who doesn't appreciate convenience?
No, you're on. Come on, you have an 80-year-old shirt in your hand. You have two old shirts on your lap. Like are you not with me on this?
Doing my job.
You're not with me on this? You like the idea of someone just going up to you and tapping your phone and then you lose money?
Yeah, I'm good with it, man. I'm not losing money. I'm using money.
No, you're losing it. Here's the thing. Unless you're there watching all the time, I'm telling you, someone's going up there. Have you seen these scams? Like on the parking thing?
That does worry me a little bit.
Okay, welcome to the party, friends. Go on.
All right, but I don't have cash on me, so there's nothing I could do about it.
What do you mean?
I have to hope that there's not like a scam going on.
No, there's always a scam going. That's the thing. There's always a scam going.
A little bit.
Haven't you seen like the parking things? They had to take the QR codes off of the parking signs here because people were putting their own fake QR codes on the parking signs where you'd go on the QR code and they had a fake website and you just give them $5, $8, whatever it is, and they'd have your credit card information. You didn't actually pay for parking.
I got to be honest.
You paid a stranger.
I got to be honest. I think you're a little too involved.
What do you mean?
Like there's so many things. Like you're worried about too many things.
What do you mean? How so?
Like, that's what I mean. I just said what I mean.
I'm not. What do you mean?
That's what I mean.
What am I too worried about? What should I be worried about?
There's all these things going on with you. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. You're too involved.
Nah, dog. I'm telling you, this is what happens. People come after me. They come after me, and like I need to know. I can't trust no one. There's one person I can trust. It's me. So if someone's saying, especially a stranger, trust me on this, no, thank you. I've been burned too many times. I know not to trust anyone around here. I can only trust me, and even me, I'm a slippery one. Dog.
You did hit him with a dog because you're not used to somebody coming at you as aggressively as Zaz did.
No, because he says dog, so I was trying to get him on my side.
I like the tension you two have.
We don't
over
have
the last
tension.
Couple of days.
I feel like we're close. Are we not close?
I feel like we're getting to know each other.
Yeah, we're close. Getting to know each other.
I'm all right with this right now. I'm all right with it. Yeah.
I mean, I started interning
790
20 years ago when you were there, but if we're just getting to know each other, that's fine. I'm not going to rush this relationship. It's at your pace, I suppose.
Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Is there always a scam going on? And also, I'm going to tell you that I spent that entire Michael Jackson show at the Arts Center the other day with my wife in my ear saying that guy you just paid because he had an orange security vest, that is not somebody who works in parking. Like, that's a guy who now might have the keys to our car, and that is not a valet. That's somebody who just you trusted because that person was wearing an orange vest, and that orange vest he could have gotten from a construction site. It was dark out there. That was not a parking situation. You just gave somebody $20 to park nearby. That was not. You're going to either get towed or the car is going to get stolen.
Something about us people. We love people in uniform. Somebody's got a vest on. Somebody's got a hat on that says something. You're in charge, buddy. What do you want me to do? You want me to pull the car around? Sure. And he's like, I just found this in the Goodwill. I don't care.
I feel like that's like the old school Miami Arena days where you gave a guy $5 to watch your car during the
Stugotz came out one time and there were two crackheads smoking crack in both front seats of his car when he came out from the Miami Arena.
I parked in someone's carport the other day at a Marlins game. Because I was going to park, and I looked at the curb. They're like, you're going to have to go up this little ramp, and the ramp was 4 little blocks of wood that they put in front of the curb. And I was like, you want me to back in here? Because, like, my car's a little low to the ground. I don't want to lose my bumper parking in your front yard. Like, I'm paying you $10 instead of $30 at the garage, but... Like, I don't want to lose my bumper here.
This is the only place in South Florida that we have the spirit of the Orange Bowl still around the parking situation where it's no blocky, no parky. It's just you're parking in someone's driveway.
It is parky, no blocky. Yeah.
Well, sometimes there is blocky, and you got to leave your keys, and those are the houses I say, I'm good, thanks. I'm gonna go find another house.
I've never experienced that.
Yeah. Sometimes they ask you, like, you can leave your keys, and then we'll move the car, and I'm like, I'm okay.
Just trust them.
You know where they live.
I know where they are pretending to live. I don't know that they actually live there. I haven't seen them go in and out of the house, and I don't know that my car will be there when I get back. I've been in situations where I go and I park, and I come back and the house is a different color. And I just assume someone left their keys there, and that car is gone.
He's just
it's happened.
That's not true. No, you guys should not laugh with him.
He's right about that. He's right about that, though, Dan.
No, listen to me. I'm all for your yes and.
No,
the moment he says he went in
happened.
and out. No,
Dan, when we were at the Super Bowl just this past year, we went in, and it was clear glass windows. We came out the next day, or when we went out clear last winter, when we came back, that whole thing was wrapped, and it looked like a giant beer can. Didn't even look like the hotel anymore. That's how quickly they can change appearances now. That's why you can't trust people in things.
And that
not even
area,
buildings.
You're too involved.
No. You're too loosey-goosey, if I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, Joe Cool's ass over here just walking around trusting the world. Must be nice. Must be nice to walk around here and just trust everyone and everything. How's this change colors?
Okay, look. I'm gonna attack you on two fronts here, and I'm only okay with about 74% of Wild Willie Wednesday so far. My father, earlier in the show, with journalistic responsibilities, reported that Mickey Harrison left the arena on Sunday wearing a wig, sunglasses, and a mustache because he was so embarrassed by the Heat performance.
A Hall of Famer.
And now you have said on air, and you were supported by these two, Tony and Amin, saying, yes, this is delightful to be next to you, as you claimed as truth, that you went to a game, parked your car,
at a house.
And yes, and as you were at the game, the front of the house was repainted a different color.
I don't know how they did it.
You could smell the paint.
I didn't say I smelled the paint.
They didn't do it. I don't believe your story.
I didn't say that I smelled the paint. I didn't say it was painted.
I smelled the bullshit.
I said I left. I came back. Different color.
That's not
And
true.
I didn't leave my car. I didn't leave my keys at the house that day. I said, you know what? If it gets blocked, I'll deal with it when I get back. I'm not leaving my keys here. And I'm glad I didn't, because guess what? When I left, I could go right out. A car was there that was moved.
You're claiming
Different
that a
color.
scam was so involved that people painted their house to steal your car filled with your trinkets of Marlin stuff from 1990.
I don't know how or why they were trying to do what or how they were doing.
Okay.
I'm just saying I didn't get got, and it's because I was vigilant.
I got because that story didn't happen.
What do you mean?
Nobody painted their house to steal
I
your car.
didn't say they painted the house. I said it was one color when I was there,
No, you did
a
say-
different color when I got back. I don't know what happened. Games are long, 3 hours. They were shorter last year. This year they seem to be getting long again, if we're going to be honest with you. Baseball was fixed, and I don't know what they did, but someone was tinkering with something where the length of these games is getting long again.
How did you feel about your Cy Young winner starting to allow 15 runs to the Dodgers last night?
Not surprised at all. I told you guys just yesterday, and no one wanted to listen to me, and everyone started scoffing at me when I told you. Dodgers aren't fun to watch. They score 15 runs every day. What happened last night? 15-2. They beat the Marlins. Guess who didn't stay up until 1 in the morning to watch that? Me. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and I told you. And then Jeremy and all these mouthpieces out here telling me, no, it's not going to happen. That's not the situation here. I'm happily married. That's not going to. The Dodgers they're not that exciting. They're not going to score that many runs. And sure enough, same night, 15 runs. Kike Hernandez is on in the last inning, pitching with a pitcher's helmet. What is this? Youth League softball? Pitcher's helmet?
Games are lasting 1 minute longer this year than last year.
Told you. See? I was right. Thank you.
You were also right earlier in the show when you were talking about breaking Belichick news as Hard Knocks falls apart, because we now see that there's going to be a really interesting tension of what happens when your coach is 50 years older than his girlfriend and you keep taking whatever the publicity judgments are on, hey, coach, your relationship is something that has a lot of people curious, so much so that CBS Sunday Morning has aired an interview that will now make Belichick even more gun-shy about interviews than he ever was, because he never made these mistakes when he was coach of the Patriots, where you get into the bad optics of anything. And it is a little startling to see his relationship be the thing that has become the curiosity. This newsman on CBS Sunday Morning, though, was so maximum television newsman that I was getting distracted and annoyed by how cheesy his broadcaster voice questions were. And you tell me, Zaslow, if you can hear the cheesy broadcastery gotcha of Belichick, you're cornered here. You've got a relationship with a woman who's 50 years younger than you, and I'm a professional broadcaster who's here to trap you in a corner. Is that your little lady over there in the corner? I'm going to trap the both of you.
You're probably thinking the same thing I was when I sat down with Bill Belichick. The now 73-year-old former NFL coach wasn't interested in gloating about his many achievements. Football is everything for Belichick.
You're reading. That's cheating. And you trap the old man.
When young Billy went looking for a coaching job of his own, though, Dad had some advice. The result is not a tell-all, but what you might call a tell some.
Nobody talks that way.
Jeremy does.
Jeremy was just whispering to me, is that how you hear me? And I'm like, yes. He's like, is that why you hate me? I was silent after that.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. That was not objective journalism there. Those last three words, that was not objective.
His creative muse.
I hear your skepticism.
His creative muse.
There was a question mark in there.
His creative muse.
You did that so many times. You read that so many times.
He's like, let me do that one again. No, one more.
Let me do it.
Creative muse.
There's like a real condescension dripping off of that part.
His creative muse.
Like he did it a couple of takes and it sounded too enthusiastic. Said, no, more condescension.
His creative muse.
Wink, wink, audience. I'm with you. She's too young, right?
His creative muse.
I don't think that sounds like me at all.
Hey, it's Roy, and at the ripe old age of 40, I'm gearing up to learn how to play hockey. I emphasize ripe old age of 40 because I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm tired all the time, I haven't been working out as much, so I'm going to need to build muscle and have the energy to accomplish this goal. What's going to help is this drink that I've been enjoying lately called Huel. It tastes great and has been helping me while exercising. You'll enjoy it too. New customers visit Huel.com/Dan today and use my code DAN to get 15% off your first order plus a free gift. The Huel Black Edition Ready to Drink is high in protein with 35 grams, it's low in sugar, and it has 27 vitamins and minerals to help build the rest of your body. It's better and cheaper than any cup of coffee. Don't feel like cooking? Grab a bottle of Huel. It tastes great, so you'll definitely love it. Be a new customer today and visit Huel.com/Dan. Use code DAN and you'll get 15% off your first order plus a free gift.
Hey, you in the audience, it's Mike. You've been a fan of this show, hopefully, for a long time, and you know how much Miller Lite means to me. This partnership, it's real. It's documented. For almost 20 years, Miller Lite has been a partner of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz, and now Miller Lite is celebrating its 50th anniversary. I've had so many great moments with Miller Lite, so many great activations, so many great events presented by Miller Lite, a great partner. Cheers to them. Cheers to 50 incredible years. And for you at home, you know that Miller time always means a good time. From game night to parties with friends or a special anniversary, celebrating important occasions means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer since 1975. Now's a perfect time to celebrate legendary stories with friends, family, and a great tasting light beer. It's Miller time. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and if you're watching our show, you've probably known your boy has undergone a little bit of a body transformation, and I gotta tell you, Peloton has helped me on my fitness journey. It got the ball rolling for me because I watch my wife on the Peloton. She takes all these great classes. She has her favorite instructors. I listen to the music. I'm a big music guy. It gets me fired up, makes me want to take part in this fitness phenomenon known as Peloton. Peloton offers a variety of challenging classes, from 4-week strength building classes to running, cycling, and everything in between. Peloton will help you achieve your goals, and maybe you'll have some fun along the way. I know I have. It's backed by thousands of members whose lives have been changed. Be part of that group. Telling you, I'm better for it. Have it in my office. Sometimes I can put on the baseball game. Sometimes I can put on a soccer match. Some other times I'm totally locked in on an emo playlist. Find your push. Find your power with Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Dan Le Batard.
That was a long story.
Yeah.
That's the only kind he tells.
It was a short one for me. I tried to speed it up for you guys.
You forgot about the Leagues Cup.
Stugotz.
La Carreta is a place where the best of the celebrations has to be the 97 Marlins celebration because it was Levon
Well,
Hernandez.
when Fidel died the first time.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I mean, when I talk to you about the two things from last night, because I don't want to do transaction Giannis anymore. I want to do both.
Transaction Durant.
No, I want to do Jamal Murray, and I also want to do the Knicks had a chance at their first closeout game for their home fans since 1999.
That's crazy.
They have not. The Knicks have not. Their fans have not been able to watch a closeout playoff series game this century. And Detroit goes in there last night, and at the end, Brunson is hurt and Hart is hurt, and you know that fan base is waiting to turn on that team.
It's like last year all over again. It's like, yeah, they should win this series easily. And then you mess around, you don't quite win one, and then now we're in a position where there's going to be a game 6, and Hart and Brunson being hurt is not good, right? You say if Brunson's hurt, you're like, well, that's a clutch score or whatever. But Karl Anthony Towns has played reasonably well in this series. If Hart's hurt, you're like, shit. That's the heart and soul right there.
But I mean, the thing that happened in the last 5 minutes of, oh wait, calamity can be around the corner here is Brunson is far and away the most clutch of clutchy in the fourth quarter when his team needs winning. That's empirical. That he has done more scoring than Jokic in the fourth quarter, and Jokic has played a bunch more playoff games than Brunson. He scores like crazy in the fourth quarter, and him being out is a problem for them because they're waiting to mistrust Cat. They're waiting.
I would say this. It is problematic. I wouldn't say it's a problem. I think him and Hart being out, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. Hart presents so many matchup problems because he plays like a big, but he's a guard. He brings the ball up, he can shoot threes, whatever. So him being kind of like this jack of all trades thing really is something that fuels the Knicks, and then he's so scrappy. He is really an energy source for that team. The two of them, for basically your offensive leader and your defensive leader, to both be compromised, that's an issue. The other thing is Detroit, young team, confidence is swelling now, right? This is the game that we said they couldn't win because they're young and they haven't been there before. But down the stretch, Cade Cunningham makes all the great plays, including that pass. You see that pass?
Oh, he's pretty good.
Dude, it was incredible. And there's a point where you see, oh no, they're not scared at all. Duran was active on the glass, very Johnny on the spot with all the finishes around the basket. And then you got the vets like Beasley and Harris. They're going to make timely shots. Detroit is in a position now where it's like, I think we can win this series.
Well, and you know, we just said that the Knicks haven't closed out a series at home since 1999. The Detroit Pistons have not won a home playoff game since 2008. All right, but I'm not surprised that Detroit won that game last night. I am surprised that they won that game that was that close with 4 or 5 minutes left, and they made all the plays down the stretch. I mean, Cunningham, who struggled for the most part, had 13 points in the final 8 minutes of the game, and they're getting all the stops and they're making all the big plays. It was like a super grown-up moment for that team.
Zaz, that's the game we said they couldn't win. Yeah. Like that kind of game. We didn't say they couldn't win games. We said, like those close games. That scenario. Yeah. That's the one where they couldn't win. And it's funny because Cunningham the other night, remember, had the shot he wanted and missed it, and they lose that game with the Tim Hardaway foul, no foul, whatever. Watching him come back and almost like process that and say, okay, the same thing's not going to happen again. That was amazing.
To Amin's point, though, Hart and Brunson left the game, and while I can give Detroit credit for it, that's where it happened. Like, as soon as they limped off the court, I was waiting for Thibodeau to call the timeout or get the stoppage to get the both of them back in the game, because that's where it spread and that's where it lost. But when you guys mentioned Cade Cunningham, okay, I don't know, did he get to 50 at MSG when they won early during the regular season at MSG, and he won the game late? Cade Cunningham is very interested in being a star, and this is exactly how you do it. This is the team you do it against, and he already did it once this season in Madison Square Garden, where he really liked the idea of doing it in Madison Square Garden. If you take this series from the Knicks and you break New York's heart and you do it in a Game 7, and you do it in a Game 7 in New York when they can't close out a series this century there, Cade Cunningham will on the spot become someone who joins a conversation that is where all of these good players are. with one series, he will do it. He will enter the stardom that he wishes to have.
So he had a 36-point game during the regular season. But, Dan, this is why I call the playoffs an infomercial. It's the greatest infomercial of them all because there are people who do it night in, night out, and literally the basketball-watching public doesn't know because they don't watch Detroit or because when they watch Detroit, nothing happened, whatever. And then you get on the stage, and this is where you announce yourself. It's the same thing that happened to Tyrese Halliburton last year. He did a little bit in the in-season tournament, and then by the time he got to the playoffs, that's where it got solidified against the Knicks and then in the conference finals against the Celtics. This is when you do Anthony Edwards 4 or 5 years ago, right? When we were like the Wolves are just a bunch of screw-ups, and Anthony Edwards was like, oh, no, I can take control. That's where these people ascend. And so he's doing that ascension right now. I don't even think he needs to win the series. At this point, I think he's put himself on the map. I'm one of those guys. I heard Kendrick Perkins talk about this. Say, if I'm Giannis, I would want to go to Detroit and play with Cade Cunningham. And, I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that says volumes that now Cade Cunningham is a guy mentioned that people want to go play with. This is how it starts.
I was skeptical at the beginning of the Cade Cunningham experience because I had seen a lot of players with high usage rates get viewed better than they are. Bridges is suffering from this right now in New York. God almighty, the Knicks fan hates Bridges. He's getting all of it. And I keep saying to my friends who are Knicks fans, do you guys understand how hard it is to be the third of the usage rates in that sport? Bosh and Love were able to do it, and Drew Holiday can do it, but it's what are you shaking your hands about?
To be fair, Bosh and Love walked in the door, top 5 picks, here's your franchise, win, everything is going through you, you're scoring the points, you're being all-stars, you're being all these accolades, and then they had to go be the third of the usage rates. Mikal Bridges was a middle-of-the-first-round pick who was a really good role player with Phoenix and then got traded to a Brooklyn team for Kevin Durant, so they didn't have anything. So then it's like, okay, Mikal Bridges, we'll give you a taste of the limelight. And he was great that half season, and then the next season we realized, oh yeah, he's not really suited to be a high usage player. If anything, this is a return to what should be a familiar environment for him, being just a guy. I'm great.
He doesn't want to be it anymore, though.
I don't know. I don't know if he can be the other one though.
Do you think of what the Knicks could have? They gave up 5 unprotected for Mikal Bridges. What could they have gotten for that?
But I mean, when you give that much up for him, you announce on the spot, we think of you that way.
Dan, this is the point that I made at the time because everyone was like, well, it's the power of friendship. Oh, they're going to all the buddies from Villanova play together.
Who would do that?
The reality is this ecosystem, this trade marketplace, it has meaning and it has value. And so when you send, even if he's this hidden gem that no one is picking up on, no one else would ever give up 5 first-round picks. But let's just assume the Knicks had the foresight. They're like, no, actually, he might be the best player in the league, and you guys just don't know it yet. His market value was not that. You don't overpay on that because, A, what if you're wrong? But B, it reduces your ability to do other things. The reason why the Knicks can't improve their roster anymore now is because they don't have picks. You don't think with the Giannis issue right now, they would have loved to have some of those first-round picks back?
Well, the thing about Leon Rose and the Knicks architecture that I find fascinating right now as they reach, I believe, a real pressure point. I mean, they built something that now has expectations when they haven't closed out a home playoff game for their customers this century. And when you give that fan base 2 years allowed, it comes with expectations that if it loses in the first round to the Detroit Pistons, the level of anger that I'm already hearing from the New York fan toward Thibodeau, toward everybody who's not Brunson. Everybody who's not Brunson and Hart is getting crushed because the expectations on this team are higher than they've been in a century.
The first guy on the chopping block is the butcher, unfortunately. That he's the one. If it goes down, the first person who's getting blamed, and by blamed I mean
it's already happening though. I'm hearing and watching. I'm soaking in these Knicks broadcasts as they're happening, and they're just yelling at Thibodeau with an anger that suggests they don't think he can do this job. And I'm like, I kind of trust that coach.
Dan, this is what we're talking about with David, right? It's like, does the guy do a good job or not, right? And then if things don't go the way we expect it to, the way we plan it to, the way we want it to, are we assigning appropriate blame? Meaning, are we losing because Tom Thibodeau is making strategic decisions that are putting us in a bad spot. Now, some would argue, hey, overplaying your guys during the regular season, that is a strategic decision. Yeah. Jalen Brunson's ankle rolling, despite not stepping on anyone's foot or just him moving, right? Part of that is because it's an ankle that's been injured before. And when you roll your ankle, you are infinitely more susceptible to further injury to it unless it heals, you get the proper rest. But we know it didn't get the proper rest. Now, I would argue that wasn't Tibbs' fault. That's the 65-game rule's fault, right? Because if we didn't have the 65-game rule, he wouldn't have to rush back in order to play those games to make sure that he qualified. But neither here nor there. The reality is, if the Knicks lose in the first round, I don't think Tom Thibodeau survives. It's a shame. Wow. It's the same thing that happened to Michael Malone. It's the same thing that happened to Taylor Jenkins. These are guys who have done phenomenal jobs, all of them in cities where they had struggled, right? These guys came in and said, I know you're looking at decades of being awful. I will fix it. I will reverse it. I will change the culture here. They all did that, and the thanks that they got was get the hell out of here.
I mean, they've been a nothing franchise for decades, and now year after year after year with Thibodeau as the coach, they're in the mix. And, like, they can get rid of him if they don't win the series?
Oh, no, but you have to understand the way this was built for loud New York fan is we're going to break up this team that you love, and we're going to give you a threesome, and Bridges is going to be part of it, to challenge the Celtics. We're going to make trades that are win right now. We think we can beat the Celtics right now. That's an architectural flaw because you're not as good as they are, and you're not as good as Cleveland. And you can count on Mitchell Robinson's hands the way you once counted on Nerlens Noel's, and he will clean up around the basket, but you're not as good as those teams. And the season's going to end in failure. But if it ends in failure in the first round,
being up 3-1,
in Game 7 at home,
obviously we're putting the cart before the horse. There still has to be a Game 6.
Oh, I'm just saying that's what the pressure is now on a hurt franchise that limps into these games with a fan base that's waiting to question them.
That's not the worst part. The worst part is, let's assume they get out of this series, right, alive. The Celtics are done. They're resting. Drew Holiday's resting that hamstring. Jaylen Brown's resting that quad. Those guys are waiting, and they already know, we kick your ass every time we play. Yeah. Now you're going to give us 3-4 days of just chilling and watching you play and struggle, and, they don't like it when this happens. This is what happens. We get the ball out of Brunson over here. We trap him over here. They're just game planning and getting smarter every single day while you're over here trying to struggle to survive.
Is there any more General Hospital? Stephen A. Smith, he's reporting on First Take right now that the NBA should punish Tyrese Halliburton's father for the altercation with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Quote, I think that this should go down as one of the most embarrassing moments of his life. He should be ashamed of himself.
The father?
Or Giannis?
Or Giannis,
The father.
I don't know. I didn't think it was embarrassing for him.
Stood on business, according to Tony.
Zaz, you know Tyrese Halliburton is who his cousin is?
No.
Eddie Jones.
How about that?
Oh, okay.
Got an Eddie Jones shirt there somewhere hidden? Or?
Do you want to see my shirt?
I do want to see your shirt. This is the second shirt from the Zaslow mansion, the shirt that his wife would like him to throw out. I asked Jonathan Zaslow to bring the 3 of his shirts from the closet that would show his wife's disapproval the most. The second shirt is...
I remember that one.
A Chris Bosh retirement jersey from 2019, retirement shirt. You remember that one. You predicted what was the one you predicted would make
white W. I don't think we're going to have the white W, but a white W would be great.
I got to say, I'm really disappointed. Zaz, you brought us 2 out of the 3 shirts so far are post Big 3.
Thank you. I don't want to say
post Hassan Whiteside, really, is what we're talking about.
I told you, though, we've given so many to Goodwill over the years, man.
You are disappointing so far, so I think...
The way you're selling it is that these are super old and ratty, and they show how much of a lifelong fan Zaz is, and we're going back all the way back to 2016, oldest shirt so far.
The number 1 is the coup de grace.
Well, this is what I believe that Zaslow has done.
Zaslow has done. Shirt?
I believe that what Zaslow has done is he has reduced expectations to a point now with number 3 and number 2 that number 1 is going to really blow our nipples off.
I just want to say right now, I have a polo shirt from when I worked for the Hawks at my house right now, right? That's 1999, maybe 2000. Yeah. And you're bringing me 2019? The pandemic was right around the corner. What are you doing? This isn't rare.
That's history right there, yeah.
Zaslow is embarrassing himself so
It's not
far.
even is a Chris Bosh years post-retirement Chris Bosh shirt.
That shirt is practically new compared to some of the rags that these guys are putting as trapos on mops in their house.
I'm wearing a shirt from Pitt that someone sent me that I'm pretty sure is older than 2019.
This shirt right here, this is way older than 2019.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
this
you should be embarrassed then.
because you got brand new
Get
shirts.
some new clothes. I mean, I sleep in these.
Now you're lashing out.
I'm not going out in public like you.
It looks brand new.
It does.
It does not look brand new.
What are you talking about?
It does not look
It's
brand.
pristine.
His wife wants to get rid of it because the Chris and the Bosch, those are supposed to be all white letters. They're black and white because the white has been washed through
I
because
can barely read what it says.
Zaslow is wearing this shirt too much is the problem. His wife doesn't like it.
Feel it. It's comfortable,
because
though.
it's too comfortable. It's another comfortable,
It's comfortable,
shirt.
right?
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
but
Dan, this might be a proximity thing because to the viewers on screen and from us over here, it looks very white.
Yeah.
We can read it very
De
clearly.
paquete right now.
He
yeah.
brought it because
Nuevo de paquete.
the white in the letters had actually it has rubbed off from the washings. It has been made clear that shirt has been washed too much.
I have no expectations for number one. I'm going to be honest
Me
with you
too.
so far.
That's my move
If
right
it's not
there.
a
yes.
white,
All right, well,
if
let's
it's not
get
a white
right to
Hanes
it.
shirt
You know what?
that's way too big.
If it doesn't say cycly on it,
Let's get
outta
right
here.
to it because so far you have the build up. If it doesn't say cycling, if this is
It's
got
white.
white.
It's white.
all right,
got a faded white.
Hold on, everyone.
They got to retire that white
Wait a minute,
hot
wait,
if we're going to be
before- wait,
honest,
wait,
right?
wait,
Like
before-
Zaslow, they got to retire that white hot every playoff. We're embarrassing ourselves at this point in time. Every time it's white hot, you knew you were going to get destroyed in this playoffs. I think you play it by ear and you say, this is going to be a run, we do white hot. This one, we knew. You can't do white hot
Before
today.
you reveal the shirt, please, from the room, what are some guesses here that will meet your expectations? Just because I want to put the pressure here on Zaslow, and already you guys are, going back to Ronnie Cycli. You want like a double-double from 1990.
He's
I
9
think
years old.
That's unreasonable to do that. But if it's pre-LeBron, that will meet with your approval.
I don't think this will be pre-LeBron.
I don't
I think
know.
this is going to be like LeBron's
Well, he
first or
started
second
cheering
year.
for the team when LeBron got here.
No, that's my father. That's my father.
I mean,
that's not
we
Zaslow.
come on. You and I, we're getting to know each other better. We feel like we got a good thing going here. I mean, you're a little too involved.
Just
I already-
calling like I see it.
Let's take it down a notch.
A little too involved with what? With
everything.
With Wild Willie Wednesdays? or-
No, just everything. He's got so much going on. Calm down.
You're my turf, friend.
No, I understand.
He get him with a friend and his own dog. Things are escalating with
His
Billy
dog.
Gill. Things are escalating around here.
Let's see this shirt.
All right.
Here we go. He unveils it.
Oh!
It is 2016 White Hot Heat playoffs.
Gotta
It-
have that heart.
it
Get
is-
out of here, man.
It is hard.
Get out of
That
here.
is ratty, though.
Those
It's a
black
ratty-ass
letters
shirt.
are faded.
It is ratty, but still 2000.
It is very ratty. This is what the level of quality that we were expecting out of all three shirts. This one is actually faded, not just like the other one. But this right here, he's getting booed. He's getting booed because he gave us three shirts that all happened like
Heart.
in the Goran Dragic era.
Exactly.
You gave us Hassan Whiteside, Goran Dragic level shirts.
Zaslow, I'm going to need you to go back through your closet and look through some more things and bring more things for your next appearance.
Look at
because
this. Look at this here. Heart.
Yes, it does have a great deal of heart. And like the whole room is disappointed by your shirt.
I was expecting like a Eastern Conference Finals 2004.
Yeah.
Something.
Zaz, I have never in my life ever rooted for the Atlanta Hawks one time. And I tell you, I have a trash bag full of gear that puts all of that to shame.
I'm going to put this to shame tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will show you 3 raggedy shirts.
I'm going to go to Goodwill this afternoon and get my shirts back.
You know what? I mean, when you fly back next week or whenever it is you're coming back, I want you to bring back 3 of your rattiest shirts. I'd like us all to take
Let's
this
have a
challenge.
rat off.
Now, unfortunately, I've recently cleaned out a bunch of stuff, although
You
I
have, huh?
think you guys, I have. I've
You're
done
not a
it.
giveaway guy, though.
Listen, I've done it personally.
Elise.
No.
I got a list here, Dan.
You took it to the hard
I got a
rock,
list
and then
here.
all of a sudden.
What is the top 5? What do you have?
Things you don't do with Dan.
Okay, let's see here. what
like
we've
this.
got. And I also need to get to the Boost Mobile line, so please hurry up.
So OOLI is Dan giving away his own stuff that does not. OLI, don't let Dan pay for parking.
Yep.
OLI, criticize Pat Riley or Mickey Harrison.
Don't let Dan pay for parking? Why can't I pay for parking?
You pay a guy who's just wearing a vest who's not parking
You're
attendant.
just giving it to anybody.
All right.
Number 5, play a long video about chicken in the middle of the show.
There's 2 videos, but
That's number 4.
That was the second video.
Number
It wasn't
4.
the first one. It was the second 3-minute video.
Number 4, Charge Dan, but tell him no cash.
It's infuriating, un-American.
Number 3.
I want to set fire. I'm gonna get arrested for arson. One of these places that refuses to take my cash.
Number 3. Accidentally talk at the same time as someone standing behind you. Number 2. Give him something.
Anything.
And the number 1 thing you don't do with Dan Batard, tell him a secret.
Leaky faucet card.
I thought I'd buy myself something with transparency. Had a friend laugh at me about that the other day. Hey, you can't keep a secret. Well, you tell everybody the truth. You're honest all the time. No, it buys you nothing. Buys you nothing at all.
That's not transparency when you tell secrets.
It is weird considering what your profession was, right? You're a journalist. You had sources. But, if we tell you anything, you tell everyone everything.
But that's because when he's reporting, he's able to put out that information, right away. So he's keeping the secret, but he's used to within a week, it's out of his head. He doesn't have to keep the secret anymore.
I love the psychology of this. It's like Dan's whole, adult life. He's been told secrets that he's been allowed to tell everybody else in print, and everyone's always applauded him and say, hey, what a great job, Dan. You're so good at it. And so Dan is now psychologically trained to believe that giving secrets out is a good thing. So if you tell him a secret, he's like, I want that feeling again of everyone patting me on the back. Hey, here's the secret that Amin just told me.
Or it's all content.
But we're not coming to you for content mining. We're coming to you with, personal, private conversations that then you turn into content.
That would be like Greg Cody writing an article about you getting engaged. That would be crazy.
To take something so personal, so private, and to cheapen it by turning it into content. Who would do that? Only someone who trained under someone else who does that sort of thing. Someone who looked up to a mentor, perhaps.
Who does that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. I'm disappointed that Zaslow's not in here with Cody, his nemesis. You realize Cody's avoiding him, right?
He'll be in here tomorrow, will you?
I'm not here tomorrow.
Cody's avoiding him. We have the chance to have real, genuine sparks between people.
I was telling them in back here that I want to ask my dad tomorrow about the Halliburton dad thing, because my dad, never obviously with kids, but when I was playing sports growing up, other parents, coaches, officials, my dad, I've seen that type of almost face to face with my dad.
This is true. This is an absolutely true story I'm about to tell you. I still remember it from my childhood because it involves the funny name Wayne Usina, who got his head handed to him by my father. And Wayne Usina wore the coaching shorts and was a big, big man. While my mom was in the stands talking to another woman about how my father had been just softened by coaching his sons and was a more gentle man, someone went after my brother's knees, and while my mother was saying this, my father had pinned Wayne Usina on the floor and was beating the holy shit out of him. I'm sorry, Wayne.
Standing on business.
I'm sorry, he was standing on business.
Hey, it's Roy, and at the ripe old age of 40, I'm gearing up to learn how to play hockey. I emphasize ripe old age of 40 because I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm tired all the time. I haven't been working out as much. So I'm going to need to build muscle and have the energy to accomplish this goal. What's going to help is this drink that I've been enjoying lately called Huel. It tastes great and has been helping me while exercising. You'll enjoy it too. New customers visit Huel.com/Dan today and use my code DAN to get 15% off your first order plus a free gift. The Huel Black Edition Ready to Drink is high in protein with 35 grams, it's low in sugar, and it has 27 vitamins and minerals to help build the rest of your body. It's better and cheaper than any cup of coffee. Don't feel like cooking? Grab a bottle of Huel. It tastes great, so you'll definitely love it. Be a new customer today and visit Huel.com/Dan. Use code DAN and you'll get 15% off your first order plus a free gift.
Hey, you in the audience, it's Mike. You've been a fan of this show, hopefully, for a long time, and you know how much Miller Lite means to me. This partnership, it's real. It's documented. For almost 20 years, Miller Lite has been a partner of the Dan Batard Show with Stugotz, and now Miller Lite is celebrating its 50th anniversary. I've had so many great moments with Miller Lite, so many great activations, so many great events presented by Miller Lite, a great partner. Cheers to them. Cheers to 50 incredible years. And for you at home, you know that Miller time always means a good time. From game night to parties with friends or a special anniversary, celebrating important occasions means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite, the great-tasting light beer for people who love beer since 1975. Now's a perfect time to celebrate legendary stories with friends, family, and a great-tasting light beer. It's Miller time. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.